Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to a match reaction show. And I know right now the hot story is Jules Koundé and where he's gonna go. But I got burned once doing a sort of a premature transfer reaction show where we thought Koundé was gonna go to Chelsea, and it looks like that whole thing is a mess. So until we get official confirmation from a reliable source, we're not going to we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna wait. But in the meantime, we'll just talk about the real football, the real games that are happening. And it was a wonderful preseason friendly to watch, by the way. In case you missed it, you missed quite a good game. We finished Racing Lens 1 Inter nil, and I mean it was a preseason game, was it? It didn't feel like a preseason game at all. The atmosphere was so hostile. I mean, it was playing the home ground of Lens, of course, but the fans were incredible. Didn't feel like a preseason friendly at all. It was such an incredible, it's such a hostile ground. The fans were noisy, wonderful atmosphere, of course. And I saw the play was it really felt like it was a competitive game. I mean, Inter Milan were like very competitive in their tackles, they're very combative. Lens gave it as good as they got. Ultimately, and I know you've got to quantify this by saying the Lens have their first game coming up in 2 weeks, and Inter probably have one more week before their season starts. So they've got 3 weeks. So Inter are a little bit behind in their preparation. So Lens definitely looked a little bit more fitter. Inter probably needed a little bit more time. I'm surprised that some of the players got 60 and some of the players got 30. I would have thought you'd probably want to do half and half, especially that the ones who got 60 were actually more of the subs. So that's something. But it just didn't look at the races. Inter just didn't look like they were at the races in this game. Right from the word go, I think Nons just they were very comfortable, very assured. They kept the ball well. Until I think Inter's first teams, like some of the first teamers came on the pitch, I think it just launched just looked like they just had everything under control. Fofana was excellent, by the way. And it was wonderful to watch him, and maybe he might want to watch the season. We'll see. But even Samba looked okay from Nottingham Forest guy, looked okay in goal. So it looked all good. I thought Inter just I mean, I don't know what it was. I mean, Dumfries for me was very annoying and disgraceful in the way that he was playing. He almost looked like he wanted to fight rather than play football. I know he's a much better player than that, but he just looked like he wanted to fight. He got a yellow card eventually for dissent. Quite a few players got the yellow cards for dissent. Actually, even Dzeko got it. But Dumfries for me just doesn't look like he was more interested in doing everything other than playing football. Marcelo Brozovic didn't have a good game as well. Got a yellow card in this one as well. I mean, you've got to do a lot to get a yellow card in a preseason friendly. So surprised so many players got yellow cards from Inter. As well as from nonsense, quite a few got. But Marcelo Brozovic looked like a bit off the pace. He looked like he had the control of the game. And Calhanoglu was pretty average as well. So that was the issue. But Lens really should have got a goal in the first half. They really should have. They created some good openings. They just lacked that little bit of conviction in front of goal. And that's something that they'll need to work on. But from Inter's point of view, the fact that many of their reserves were playing and a lot of them did really stick a good claim for a first team spot, actually, is a little bit disappointing. I know Brozovic probably will be a starter. Dumfries is a starter. The players, I think Dzeko and Correa probably need to do a lot more work. Again, it's preseason, it's time to build your fitness, so there's time for them to kind of get back in the groove. But these are things I think Inzaghi will need to think about going forward as to how he's going to manage these players and how he's going to manage the squad, because that will be important. Coming in the second half, and once the changes were made, I thought Inter looked a lot better. I thought Mkhitaryan was good. D'Ambrosio was, had some nice little touches, but probably created a good opportunity as well from the corner that I think Lukaku should have done better with, but they just looked like they were pressing higher. I think the difference in quality was telling from from those that played the first 60 and then the ones that came after. Just like just up the tempo a little bit, up the press a little bit, and Lens were the gosh. And the link up between Lukaku and Lautaro, I think was fantastic to watch. I think they do have an understanding. They have a very good understanding of each other's games, and they do work very well together. And a lot of the chances they were creating for each other, there were a few misplaced passes from Lens as well, which I think the Inter should have done more to capitalize on. And I do believe there was, I think the one that D'Ambrosio put in, I think that should have been dealt better with by Lukaku. There was another chance for Lautaro as well, which he kind of messed up. Samba made some good saves in the second half, to be fair. So I think they could have snatched a goal in the second half, and they didn't. And then there's a breakaway where I think it was Openda who goes down to miss a wild shot, which luckily for him takes a deflection, so he gets a corner from it. But it showed the vulnerability on the break for Inter, and then the corner comes in, and Openda once again just puts it. I mean, it's remarkably shocking defending from Inter on that corner, because I think it was Lautaro who was marking Openda, and there's nobody on either post. And basically, Handanovic is just guarding his near post. There's nobody on the far post. And normally, you sometimes see teams having two. In this case, they didn't even have one. And Openda just puts it in. Even if I think there's somebody coming in, I'm not sure who it was, whether it was Fofana who was coming in. I'm not sure who it was on that side. The commentary was in English, so I don't know. They didn't mention it. But the one who was coming in, he probably could have tapped it in as well. It was literally unmarked, but of course his ball went in anyway. But you have somebody on those near posts for a reason, on those far posts for a reason. You have them on the post because you want to avoid those kind of flick-ons. It was a flick-on which was kind of messed up. It was a scuff flick-on, so it wasn't an intentional goal thing. I mean, maybe it was intentional, but he didn't get it right. It caught his knee, and a person on the corner on the post would have just cleared it. But the thing is, there nobody there. Just went there shocking defending, to be honest, especially from the set piece. So Lens get a goal, and you know what? It's well deserved. It's a well deserved win for Lens. Let's just not take away the win. It was a well deserved win for Lens, and they'll be happy with that result. And they've got to look forward to their first game against Brest. So they're getting ready for that. I think Inter still need a little bit of work. And I'm worried about Serie A because Milan lost as well today. And again, it's preseason, but they were 3-0 down. And that will be some concern as well to see how competitive Serie A will be this season. The last season was by far and away the most competitive league in Europe. And I hope we get to see more of that again next season rather than what we've been seeing with Juventus dominance. But we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the game? I know there's bigger things happening, but if you did watch the game, let me know what you thought about it. What you think, where do you think Inter can need to improve? Do smash like for Lens. If you enjoy underdog victories, smash like for Lens. And of course, remember to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. There's lots happening, and we might be doing a transfer reaction video for Kunde if that's announced today. I don't think it will be, but we might get some sort of confirmation on that. So we'll keep an eye on it, of course, and do so you can get notified as well if we do a video on that. There's a lot of good games coming today, so we might do some more match reactions later today. But thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.